Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another reading. I am Jasmine, also known as Bubbles on Ice. Today I am going to do a reading for Evan Peters and Emma Roberts. I have gotten many requests for Evan. People want to know about his relationship with Emma Roberts. I understand that they were in a long-term relationship for many years ago, but unfortunately they broke up. But fans are still, some are still hoping that they will get back together. Some not so much. So there are different opinions there. But my requests from my followers are as follows. They want to know a little bit about, his feelings for her and her feelings for him and what happened in the relationship. Will there be any possibilities for them to get back together? They just generally want to know a little bit more about, their relationship. I got also a lot of questions about Evan. People want to know about his future spouse, his ideal type, his soulmate. That is why I decided to do this reading and make it into two parts. It is hard to differentiate, between ideal type and future spouse and soulmate. It is not difficult for me, but I think it's a bit confusing for my readers. So I would like to explain a little bit what is ideal type and what is future spouse. Now, ideal type is the kind of person or the kind of qualities that we seek in a partner. It might be, I want a handsome husband, I want him to be rich, I want him, to have dark hair and be tall. But that doesn't mean that my future spouse is going to be a dark haired, rich, handsome man. Maybe my future spouse is a red haired, short guy. So there is a difference between ideal type and future spouse. What you wish for and what you get is two different things. And when it comes to soulmate, a lot of people also, get confused because they think that soulmate, twin flames, and romantic interest is one and the same. It's not. A soulmate are people that you feel very connected to. You have a soul connection. It can be a friend, it can be a family member, it can be a pet, it can even be your enemy. Because they are here on earth to either teach you a lesson or to learn something from you. You have a soul contract, you decided that you are going to have a connection here on earth. So soulmates do not necessarily have to be romantic interest. They can be, but they don't have to be. The same applies for actually twin flames. Twin flames are usually partners and love interests, but they have a set of challenges unlike any normal romantic couples. They are they are very connected, they are very close, they are inseparable in a lot of ways. They love deeply, they almost cannot live without each other. They will be thinking about each other all the time, they miss each other, but yet they keep doing things and ruining their connection in a way that makes them miserable. I don't know any other way to explain this. So when in a twin flame situation, it's like you love so deeply, but you also a lot of times hurt the person that you love the most. So today I'm going to do part 1. I'm going to do this Evans and Emma Roberts reading for you, and we will go through his emotions, her emotions, what happened in the relationship. We will try to find out if there is any possibility for them getting back together or not. And then I will also predict a little bit about his future spouse. I pulled a few cards on that, so I want to do a little reading about his future spouse. Who is he destined to meet in the future? Now that can be one person, that can be several persons. We don't know that because we sometimes we don't just meet one person on our path. We can meet several. So this is what I'm going to do today, and then I will take part 2 tomorrow, and then we will take a look at ideal type and soulmate. However, before I go any further, I just want to make one thing very clear. When I receive these requests from my followers, I just agreed to do the readings, and I put them on the list. And there were a couple of people who reacted in a very nasty way. They were somehow very triggered because they told me that Emma was very abusive towards Evan. There has been an incident where she was arrested by the police. So this was clearly a very toxic relationship, and they were angry because I agreed to do the reading. But to be fair, I don't, when I do a reading for a couple, there will be times that we discover things, like toxic relationships, cheating. It can be, people not taking each other seriously, people being mean to each other. But that doesn't mean that I support those behaviors. I do the reading and I just interpret my cards. However those people behave is not what I support. So we have to, know the difference here. So even if I can be doing a reading for a serial killer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I support the serial killer. I am doing a tarot reading. So please know the difference, okay? Please know the difference. I can understand that people get triggered for whatever reason, but I suggest if you are triggered by anything, if something is hard for you to read, skip it. Block me or whatever. Don't read it. I am not forcing anything on anyone. But I would love to do the readings for my followers. I do it for myself because it is a hobby, because it is for practicing intentions, and because I want to be there for my followers. So when my followers request a certain reading, I do it. It doesn't mean that I support this person or that person just because I do a reading for them. Okay, now let's not waste any more time, okay? Let's just dive into this reading. Part of the reason why I had to divide this reading into two is also because I don't have a big enough table for all my cards. If I'm to do a future spouse reading, ideal type, and soulmate, and twin flame, and I would have to have a much bigger table. Now, I'll start with Evan Peters and Emma Roberts. What we're going to do is we are going to look into his feelings for her and her feelings for him to start with. So what I have here from the left upper corner is Evan's feelings for Emma, as for now. And what I have on the right upper hand corner is Emma's feelings for Evan, as for now. And then you'll see here in the middle is just a little bit general about how was their relationship, what happened. Maybe we will find something, maybe we will find some answers here. What happened? Is anything fixable? Is it a dead end? We'll take a look at that. But let's start with Evan and his feelings for Emma. What I understood is that they had a long-term relationship for many years. I don't know how many years we are talking about, but I think it was quite a few years. So they were very serious. What I can see from the cards is that Evan says that, I just miss our conversations. I miss talking to you. Sometimes I just miss someone I can talk to and share my thoughts with. I escaped. I left when things got hard, he said, because things apparently got difficult. So he left. For me, it looks like that he was the one who left. He left when things got hard. Responsibility, he says that I have, responsibilities. I was a role model. I had obligations to my economy, my job. I had to focus. But I miss our inside jokes because we did have a good time. It wasn't only sad moments. We actually had, look at that couple there. Look at the pictures, look at those couples, both the young ones and the old ones. They were very loving and caring towards each other. You can see that, and you can see the first picture here as well. It's all smile. There is a card here that also says there needs to be a healthy balance of physical, emotional, and spiritual intimacy for a relationship to be sustainable. So there was some sort of imbalance at one point. There was some sort of imbalance. And if we take the card all the way to the left, it also says, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So she clearly hurt him at one point. But that's okay, I guess. So he isn't sure, He probably told her that, okay, it's okay, you hurt me, it's okay. But I don't think it was okay. It doesn't seem like it. He was just, comforting her, but it wasn't okay. Now let's take a look at Emma's feelings for Evans. unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned. So something definitely happened. Dishonesty. By lying, she ripped them apart. So there was some shady stuff going on. Dishonesty. Understanding, she says, you know what, I do understand how you're feeling. So in the aftermath, she does understand her role in this. She does understand that she has been wrong. Destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. Evans was probably her right path, and she kind of damaged that possibility for herself. You see that she says that I just wish things were different because my life started when I met you. She was happy, she was happy, she loved him. But somewhere along the way, she did something shady. She was dishonest about something, and things didn't go the way she planned. So she destroyed things. Unrequited feelings. There is not enough love to keep this relationship going in a healthy way. So at one point, he probably, fell out of love with her because of the things that she did. At least that is what she feels. That's what she thinks. She kind of felt that he didn't love her anymore. But when we look at the cards in the middle here, it says soul contract. Remember that I told you about the soulmates. Soulmates are here to teach us something or learn something from us. They have a contract. They are very close, but they can be everything. They can be a family member. They can be a relative. They can be a friend, a pet, a lover, even an enemy. So they had a soul contract. They had lessons to learn from each other. And you can read from the card, it also says that the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So they definitely had some experience that they will never forget. I'm still trying to heal. So they are still trying to recover from this after all these years. They still need to work with their emotions and try to heal from, the damage that they did to each other. Again, we have soul tie, two souls bound together, soul contract, soulmates. I always feel connected to you. There is something about you. I feel connected to you. I feel that you are familiar to me. We have a connection. Even after all these years, we are still connected. Even after everything that has happened, we are still connected. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. Now, one of them is feeling this very strongly. One of them is feeling that they are the reason that this relationship did not work out. They messed up what was good in their life, and there are a lot of regrets, a lot of resentment, anger, bitterness, because they wanted this to work out, but something happened and they destroyed the possibility. And they had very different values. They are very different. Even when they were on good terms, they were very different. And I think it was the differences that attracted them towards each other. Sometimes opposites attract, and I think this is the case here. reveal, I want to tell you the truth. So there has definitely been some lying, dishonesty. I don't know, maybe a third party or something. Maybe someone I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe cheating. Maybe something something serious happened here. Someone has not been telling the truth. Someone has been lying about something significant. Yeah. Two of Swords, difficult decision, weighing options. Someone was weighing their options. Someone was, had two choices. And at one point, they were not sure what to choose, so they decided to lie. And the lying and the dishonesty led to disagreement, fighting, arguments, and in the end, they're splitting. And something tells me that there has been endings and beginnings and changing, and it was not just one breakup. I feel like they have had a very turbulent relationship. This card tells me that they have had many small breakups. They kept breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. Yeah. Queen of Swords reversed. A lot of emotions, and someone was, acting very cold in period of times. They were not always loving and caring. They were sometimes abusive. They were cold. They were toxic. All these cards combined here tells me that they had a very strong bond to each other. There was a soul tie. There was a soul connection. So they when they were on good terms, they had a very good time. But when they were on bad terms, there were fights, there were arguments. They would hurt each other with words, heated, discussions, and a lot of tears, sadness, anger. So it was a very turbulent relationship. It wasn't always good. When it was good, it was very good. But when it was bad, it was very, very, very bad. And it was not something, it wasn't something they should continue. It is probably for the best that this ended. And I don't think, when I see these cards, I don't see them actually getting back together. No. They are finished, they still have feelings for each other, but they are more memories. Memories of the good times. Sometimes they miss each other because they miss internal jokes, some conversations, things that they have done together, activities, precious moments. But all in all, it got so bad. in the end, it wasn't really a good place to be. And also because of all these lies and dishonesty, it became, a lot of trust issues. Yeah. Tell me if you disagree in the comment section, but this is how I interpret the cards. This is what I see from my cards. I might be completely wrong. I don't know. There might be things that I have overlooked, but this is what I get from these cards. Now let's get over to the next topic. I also pulled a few cards for Evan's future spouse. People want to know what can you tell us about his future spouse? Now, future spouse future spouse can be one, can be two, can be three. He's still young. So, what is a future spouse? Is it the first person he's gonna meet? Is it someone he's gonna marry? Are we talking about the last person he's gonna marry? I'm not sure, but this person that we are going to read about in the cards is someone that is going to be in his future in one way or another. So let's take a look at the cards. Here they are. Now the first impression I get is when I see this card here, Angel of Vision. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. And this person is kind of a mysterious person. They don't reveal a lot about themselves. They are kind of, close. How do I say this? They are not like an open book. If you don't ask them questions, they are not going to willingly tell you about themselves. They are not self-centered at all. So there are a lot about this person that you won't know about unless you get to know them and you put in the hard work. But this person sees things. She is very observant. I don't know why I said she, because it's yeah, but I just have a feeling that this is a she. She sees things and she's very observant, and she is she pays attention to details. We also have the Two of Wands reversed, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Death card. Now don't let the Death card scare you, because a lot of people, when they see the Death card, they get scared. Death card has nothing to do with death. Most of the time it means ending of a cycle, ending of a cycle or a beginning. But in this case, death as a person is I see this person as, again, back to this, a very mysterious person. It is a mysterious person. And you know, sometimes when you meet someone and you will have a feeling that, oh my God, is this person a serial killer or what? He or she looks, dangerous. And I feel like that this person is like that. She, when you see her for the first time, you almost get a little bit scared. She has very intense eyes. She will stare at you, and you will feel somewhat uncomfortable but also very attracted to her. Does that make any sense? I'm trying to find the right words to describe her. This person is like very dark, secretive, sensual. I feel like that this is a typical Scorpio type of woman. The type that is very passionate. They are very quiet. They are very, beautiful, sexy creatures. They love to wear, dark clothes. They are the femme fatale type. They are very what is the right word? Vengeful, is that a word? They will take revenge if you hurt them. A very jealous type of woman, but she's very beautiful. She is attractive to the point that it's almost unbelievable. I don't think she is in the Hollywood industry, though. It is not a movie star or an actress or any, public profile. She could have been, she could have been a model, but she isn't. But she is beautiful like a model. And I almost feel like I can hear Evan say, "You will be the death of me." She is also quite rich. She makes her own money, so she is not like dependent on him. She is very self-sufficient. She makes her own cash. She is wealthy, well-dressed, classy, stylish, a high-class woman. When Evan finally meets her, the cards advise that don't try too hard, give it time. Don't go rushing into this because she doesn't like it. She likes men taking the time chasing her. She likes them to, it's almost like she's a little bit old-fashioned, old school. She likes them courting her, buying her flowers, invite her out, going on dates, multiple dates. That's what she likes. She's a little bit old-fashioned. She's very she's a kind person. She does have a problem with forgiveness. As I say, this is probably a Scorpio woman. A Scorpio woman doesn't forgive easily. She will never let you forget. She will never let you forget. But sometimes, you know, a Scorpio can also be, you know, they are also very passionate, and if they love you, they love you with their whole heart. They show you love. They are very loyal. They are very passionate, and you will never be in doubt whether, you know, whether what they feel for you. They show the emotions very clearly. So what Evan needs to do is he needs to notice the signs. When the time comes, he just needs to, you know, notice the signs. And he will. He will. Because this woman is a woman that he will notice. He will notice her at once. And he actually needs to hold back and not rush forward. I have a feeling that when he meets her, he is going to fall head over heels. It's going to happen very fast. He's going to feel it. His whole emotional system is going to be in motion. Yeah. Well, let's take a look tomorrow, you know, about his ideal type and soulmate, and maybe we'll be, you know, able to make more connections tomorrow also with the other cards. Maybe we'll pull some multiple cards to clarify certain questions. So if anything comes up now after this reading and you would like me to look more into in tomorrow's reading, just leave a request in the comment section or send me an ask on Tumblr, and we'll take a deeper look in those questions tomorrow. Thank you for now. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'm sorry for those who was hoping that Evan and Emma would get back together. I'm not saying that I'm correct, but sometimes I'm very sure when I read my cards, and I'm fairly sure about this, that they won't be getting back together. But you never know. Thank you. See you.